Mr. Dispenser!
Hello everyone, Mr. Spencer here. Recently I made a, well, controversial short where I talked about some of my least favorite primary picks in TF2. People thankfully accepted my opinion and behaved super nice. Never let bro cook again. Never let him cook again. Never let bro cook again. These are literally the worst takes known to mankind. Yeah, about that. Well, anyway, that reaction made me rethink many of my choices and brought me to a whole new understanding of TF2 as a game. Something I want to talk about today. Also, one more thing, I'm speaking out of a completely casual mindset. I'm not talking about competitive because honestly I never really played true competitive, so I don't have any expertise in that. So please keep in mind that this is all just personal opinion, what I like in casual and what I feel like is the most fun in that game mode. So please keep it civil. But before we start, I have a Discord. There's a nice community of welcoming people just waiting for you there. Go check it out, link down below. Okay, I will structure this video into two parts. Part 1, what I thought about all my picks and how I feel about them now. And part 2, a defense of bad weapons. What the second part is about, you will see later. It's gonna be a bit opinion based again. Alright, let's start with Part 1, a look back. Alright, as I said, I'm first gonna take a look at what I think about my old picks, what I was trying to say and what I think of them now. Starting with the backscatter. Many people defended this pick with the argument, nuh-uh. Well, that's not really a fact-checked opinion, but here we are. No, but for real. Many people said that this weapon was viable and can be used. And while I think this is true, in some situations it can be usable, I still stand with this one. I never achieved true greatness with this. The ideal situation is that you get a medic and a heavy from behind, but many players are able to, just turn around. And that quickly. I feel like this weapon is only effective if people are clueless. Not many people are. Mostly new players fall into this situation, and then you just abuse new players because they are clueless in the game. So for me the backscatter never really achieved this purpose that it was made to be. And then there's the babyface blaster. It's just so much fun, building the speed, zooming through the map. Yes, you cannot get hit by anything. Yes, you lose the ability to jump. But damn, not gonna lie, I had more fun with this weapon than with the backscatter. What I want to say here is that maybe the backscatter is better, but the mechanic of building speed is just so much more fun. And what I mean by that is that the babyface blaster is just so much more unique and it feels fresh to play. It's definitely a close one between the weapons in what truly is the worst one, but hey, for the fun aspect alone, I just have to put the babyface blaster in front, but it's very close. Soldier's pick was the Liberty launcher. Many, and I mean many, people got offended by this pick. I did not know that so many people really liked this weapon. Some counter arguments were that the rocket jumper, black box and even the direct hit were worse. But honestly, the direct hit shuts down two classes easily. You just have to hit them, and the black box can sustain you when you don't have a medic on your team. Only the rocket jumper can I somewhat agree with, because yeah, it doesn't really do damage. And the Liberty launcher is just a rocket launcher in easy mode, with more rockets, more knockback and more projectile speed. So technically, yes, I would agree that the rocket jumper might be the worst. But man, people would come after me with pitchforks if I had chosen that one. The community really likes the rocket jumper. And talking about the beggars and airstrike, beggars is underrated in my opinion, and airstrike honestly was a close contender to be the worst, but the collection of more rockets and the ability to rain down on your enemies is just too much fun. So with a heavy heart, I have to say rocket jumper might be the worst, even if it breaks my heart. Pyro's pick was the Rainblower, and I still feel like people really misunderstood what I wanted to say with it. This one is kind of personal for me, because I don't really like the view model. It's just so big and covers up so much of your screen, especially if you don't use the minimized view model. But apparently it is an upgrade to the stock because it has a taunt kill. Like, what? Is this some sort of meme I just don't understand? Or do people really agree that a taunt kill is worthy called an upgrade, or the blocking of half of your screen on the right side is not seen as a downgrade? But giving the Rainblower some credit, I tried playing with it a bit and it certainly has its charm. But back to the argument. People claimed Flock to be the worst, and I don't know, I feel like a lot of people are just blinded by rage. Then again, I'm also blinded by rage. There's no air blast, which really sucks, and Pyro gets shut down pretty easily with it. So yeah, I give you guys this one too. Flock should have been the one pick. Now for my most juiciest hot take. Demo was the bootlegger. Simply because I felt if I choose the rebooties, I could get in some sort of trouble. Many people misunderstood my pick here too. I do not attack Demo Knight. It's a fun playstyle, but here is my idea behind it. You lose your primary weapon for like 25 more health. That's the thing, all the real bonuses only apply if you have a shield. So this is a gimmick weapon. You effectively lose your primary and your secondary to get all the bonuses. The sticky launcher is or might be the most powerful weapon in the game, and you lose that thing for the Demo Knight subclass. It's fun, but I only pick this weapon if I do Demo Knight. So again, it is fun to play Demo Knight, but you lose two very strong weapons. One of the two might even be the best in the game for 25 more health or an only melee class. Then there's the base jumper. Yes, it is bad. I can totally see that it doesn't fit as well to Demo as it does to the soldier, but at least you can still use the sticky launcher, which again might be one of the most powerful weapons in the game. This was my take for the longest time, but then I had a discussion with Jesse and really rethought the idea behind the base jumper. If we compare it to the bootlegger, at least the weapon gives you a bit more health, while the base jumper really only works if you do a meme strat of launching yourself in the air while sticky spamming down. So again, comparing the two, the bootlegger and rebooties at least give you 25 more health, while the base jumper is kinda just annoying. So for the longest time I wanted to die on this hill that the bootlegger is worse, but the base jumper doesn't give you anything except maybe no fall damage, but then again I rather take the 25 more health then. So long story short, the base jumper just loses this comparison and therefore is the worst primary for Demo. Heavy and the Hulong heater didn't really have too many people complaining. A few guys did, but most agreed. Yes, the burning is cool, yes we all cannot manage ammo, but ultimately it's not that good, not only because of the ammo wasting, but also the damage reduction. NG is clearly the Pomsen. I was joking about the panic attack because the Pomsen is a meme on this channel. Medic, I made a mistake. I wanted to do stock, but for some ungodly reason I wrote down the overdose. Like, no, I see that stock is worse. Sniper with the Sydney Sleeper was also another big one. Even controversial, I must say. But hear me out. Headshots are insane. They kill half of the roster instantly. You don't even have to be scoped in for long. The Sydney Sleeper is more of a support weapon in my opinion. I do agree that the Sydney Sleeper is cool and funny and has a nice model, but the classic is also kinda the same. Like, not in mechanics, but at least in style. I'm sorry, I cannot do it. I cannot put the classic down. I play this weapon from time to time and every time I just have such a blast. You are a stationary object, yes. But look, you have your whole sideline locked and you can't just let go of a button and they explode. No weird aiming and clicking. There's a Merc. Okay, he's gone. Like, I feel it's ultimately not so bad, just many people play it like the normal sniper rifle and are afraid to adapt. Maybe it is the worst. Like, we can totally agree it might be the one. But why do I have so much fun with it then? The Pomsen, the Hulong heater and the stock syringe gun, these are clearly frustrating to play with. But man, the classic? I just have so much fun. Sorry to say man, I like the classic more than the Sydney Sleeper. Maybe even more than the Machina. So you guys have to give me this one. I'm sorry, but I cannot change my mind here. And at last, there's the Spice Enforcer. Yep, people all agreed with this one. So, many of the weapons I would change, some I think are valid. But again, let me know what you guys think. And please, let me cook again, I'm starving. Part 2. A defense to bad weapons. One thing that always surprises me anew is that TF2 at its core is such a well-designed shooter. Many times when I fight or die in the game, I do not feel robbed. Unless it's random crits. The game has a solid foundation, which brings me to my other point. The game is really fun, and that's not only because of the many classes or maps, no, that's also because of its diverse weapon combinations. Don't let anyone tell you what to do, enjoy the game your way and experiment with it. There's a high chance you find something you enjoy, and that's the philosophy I want to push with this video. Enjoy the game how you like it. Play the game your way. TF2 is a good game, an old game that appeals to so many. Just because a weapon might be seen as worse, you can still enjoy it. I actually got pretty decent with the pumps in. I know it's bad, I still kinda suck with it, but I still like to play with the weapon from time to time to make people and myself laugh. Same with the classic. Just because it might be the worst doesn't mean it cannot be fun. And that's the key word I wanted to project on some of my reviews of the weapons. Fun. It's subjective if you like something or not. So I would just say let's enjoy the game together with different tastes, together with different cosmetics and together with different weapons. This video was part classic, part experimental dispenser content. I hope this was just a short, quick defense of weapons that many people might seem as inferior and just shows that just because a community says something is bad doesn't mean that you cannot enjoy it. TF2 is an old game, but TF2 is also a game that lets you experiment. And I feel like that's something very special and something very awesome. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to join my Discord and maybe leave a subscription. Hope you have a wonderful day and hope to see you next time. Mr. Spencer out. Oh, and at last, thanks to Zeke Notag for the level 3 membership. Phew, I guess this argument is done.